Hi, folks. I hope you're well. Yeah. So what's new? I have now installed Windows 11. Yes. And actually, it's not too bad. It's better in some ways. I watch media on a thing called GOM Player, and on Windows 10, it was really annoying me. It was getting quite... I even tried to find other alternatives because it was so blinking annoying. If you try and skip, it would take a while for the sound to catch up with, and just, that was so annoying. Because, excuse me, programs have got sound. You need the sound to work. It's something that only recently started to happen, and it's like, no. Well, Windows 11, that doesn't happen. Same program, same things, it doesn't happen. It works beautifully. It just does the job. Very, very nice indeed. So therefore, okay, fine. And so, yeah, everything looks a bit cleaner, a bit brighter. So, fine. That's fine. It's going to take a while to get everything back on that I had on Windows 10, but there you go. Got to do it. Yeah. And yeah, one of the things I was watching was The Crown, and it got up to 77, the Silver Jubilee. And yeah, that was lovely. Because I remember when I was nearly 8, I'd have been 7 and quite a bit. Because my birthday is late July, and the Silver Jubilee parties, street parties, happened in June, early June. And yeah, I was at one of them as a kid. The street that I was on, the children's home, Patricksbourne Avenue, that street was used for one of the parties, and so therefore I was at one of the street parties for the Queen's Silver Jubilee. Remarkable. Thinking that it had never happened before, never happened since. Yeah. It was a one-off thing. But interesting. Because again, getting all those people to be able to do this. And in most communities now, people don't speak to each other. Neighbours can go for years without speaking to their neighbours. So when people say society has got worse, yeah. From that point of view, yes. What caused it? I don't know. I don't know. No idea as to what caused it. I think what caused part of it is, of course, we had council houses at that point in time. And a lot of streets were full of council properties and people that were renting council properties. And they were people who were, very grateful to have a place and have a home. And they all were in the same sort of boat, so they got along together. But then, as soon as Thatcher came in, which was late 70s, about 79, 80, very soon afterwards, you started selling off council properties. As soon as that started happening, you had people, roads now were every house was owned rather than rented. And yeah, suddenly the sense of community was gone. Because the whole idea of community just went. Where people just don't pretty much speak to each other. Yeah. Well, there you go. How to fix it? I don't know. I don't think you can turn owned property back into council rentals. Yeah. Yeah, don't know. It is what it is, but we are where we are with regards to that. But yeah. Well, that's why I say I feel so incredibly blessed at the fact that in my lifetime we had so much. So much. Yeah. We had so much that was unique. I mean, talking about the history of people, yeah. As I said before, for most of history, people didn't have anything. And so, but we had so much. Stunning. Yeah, it was all good when it comes down to it. In a way, Of course, there was bad stuff. I was in a children's home, and yeah. Patricksbourne Avenue was an interesting place. That's the place that, yeah, we had to eat all the food. We couldn't get up from the table unless we ate all the food. And because they served broad beans and Brussels sprouts, every single mealtime, I would hide the food in the cheeks and my mouth, broad beans, Brussels, and asked to go to the toilet and spit them down the toilet. Because, ugh. But no, seriously, they made us sit there. Even if it is until 9 o'clock at night, which for a 7-year-old, that was late. We had to eat every single bit of food that was served. They acted, these people who were in charge of this care home, acted as if it was their actual home and they were paying for the food themselves. They weren't. They had power. And like a lot of people, when they have power, they abuse their power. When you have power over kids and you abuse it, it's interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, we had that. Yeah. Oh, there was a lot going on in that place. Yeah. A lot of things happened that, to a certain degree, shaped my world and my way of thinking in that very place. Yeah. So, yeah, it's very interesting getting reminded of those times. As I say, we should be more thankful for the lives that we've had and for what we've had in our lives, for the experiences that we've been given. Yeah, because, yeah, if you are, around about 50, 60, certainly if you're around about 60, then yes, in 1977, you would have experienced that, at least to a certain degree. Yeah, all the roads covered in bunting and flags, and when we sat down to, basically they got tables. I don't know where on earth they got the tables from. They hired them probably, I guess. And they covered them with cloths, and we all had a flag, and when it was a time we had to wave our flag. Yeah, come on. If you've been through that, that was interesting. It was an experience as a kid that was just pleasurable. As a kid, give a kid a little flag on a stick to wave. Oh, they're delighted. Yeah, certainly in those days we didn't have PlayStation. We had flags on sticks. Yeah, that was our PlayStation. So therefore, yeah, it was a very interesting time. And I think most of the country loved the Queen, and yeah, we're all part of that celebration. I don't think it will happen again, for reasons already mentioned. Which, yeah, shame. But there you go. We move on. Moving on doesn't necessarily mean that things will look better. No, for a while they made it worse. And so, don't worry about it. We're still moving on. So there you go. You take care. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend ahead, because today is Friday the 16th of January. So enjoy.